Strength in Hollywood isn't just about lifting weights or throwing punches. It's about grit, discipline, and larger-than-life presence. Today, we dive into the 20 strongest actors in Hollywood history, from bodybuilding giants to martial arts masters and war heroes, who brought real toughness to the screen. These aren't just roles they played. Their strength was forged in gyms, dojos, and battlefields, verified by records and first-hand accounts. You'll hear epic tales of physical feats and relentless determination that shaped cinematic legends. So, buckle up for a journey through muscle, courage, and charisma. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's meet these titans of strength. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Picture a skinny boy in post-war Austria dreaming of greatness. Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't born a titan. He built himself into one. Growing up in Thal, he discovered bodybuilding at 14, inspired by Reg Park's Herculean physique. By 20, he claimed the Mr. Universe title, and by 25, he was a 7-time Mr. Olympia champion, a record verified by bodybuilding.com. His 465-pound bench press and 700-pound squat, noted in Muscle and Fitness, showcased raw power that made him a global icon. Hollywood called, and Arnold answered with Conan the Barbarian in 1982, where his chiseled frame brought a mythical warrior to life. The Terminator in 1984 cemented him as a star, his physique as much a character as his Austrian growl. Beyond the screen, Arnold's discipline shone. He trained 6 hours daily, ate 250 grams of protein, and never missed a rep. His strength wasn't just physical. He overcame a thick accent and skepticism to become a box office king. Later, as California's governor, he flexed political muscle, proving his might extended beyond iron. Arnold's story is one of transformation, from a small village to global stardom. Who else could embody the Terminator with such authenticity? His legacy inspires millions to chase their own strength. Now, let's shift to a man whose speed matched Arnold's power. Bruce Lee. Step into a bustling Long Beach arena, 1964. A slight figure, Bruce Lee, stands before a crowd, his 135-pound frame radiating intensity. With a 1-inch punch, he sends a volunteer staggering, a feat captured in the way of the warrior. This wasn't mere showmanship. It was a glimpse into Lee's revolutionary strength, blending speed, precision, and philosophy. Born in San Francisco in 1940 and raised in Hong Kong, Lee began studying Wing Chun at 13 under Yip Man, mastering its fluid strikes. By his teens, he was winning street fights and cha-cha dance contests, his agility unmatched. His creation of Jeet Kune Do, a hybrid martial art, emphasized adaptability, drawing from boxing, fencing, and judo, as detailed in Black Belt magazine. Lee's physical feats were staggering. 2-finger push-ups, 51-arm pull-ups, and a side kick that sent a 300-pound bag crashing to the ceiling, per Muscle and Fitness. His Hollywood journey began with the Green Hornet in 1966, where his Kato stole scenes with lightning-fast moves. Enter the Dragon, 1973, became his pinnacle, its fight choreography a ballet of controlled violence, grossing $350 million worldwide, per Box Office Mojo. Lee's training was obsessive, 5-hour daily sessions, blending weights, running, and katas. His diet, documented in Bruce Lee, The Art of Expressing the Human Body, included protein shakes, royal jelly, and Chinese herbs, maintaining his 5'8", 130-pound frame at 6% body fat. He trained with legends like Chuck Norris and Dan Inosanto, refining techniques that influenced modern MMA. Lee's philosophy, don't think, feel, shaped his roles in life, urging fluidity over rigidity. Tragically, his death at 32 in 1973 cut short a meteoric career, but his impact endures. His films inspired generations of martial artists, from Jackie Chan to Tony Jaa, and his books remain martial arts Bibles. Lee's strength was as mental as physical, a mind that saw no limits. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's 4:30 a.m. in Miami, and Dwayne Johnson's gym lights flicker on. The Rock, as he's known, begins a 90-minute workout, benching 450 pounds per bar bend. His day unfolds like a blockbuster. 6 meals totaling 4,000 calories, cod, rice, sweet potatoes, documented in Men's Health. Born in 1972, Johnson's 6'5", 260-pound frame was forged in wrestling rings, where he won 8 WWF championships. His journey from a University of Miami football player to the Scorpion King 2002 star is a testament to relentless hustle. His strength isn't just gym stats, it's a mindset born from near poverty when he had just $7, inspiring his $7 productions. Johnson's training, detailed in muscle and strength, includes 4-day splits, heavy squats, deadlifts, 455 pounds for reps, and sled pushes. For Hercules, 2014, he gained 20 pounds of muscle, eating 10 pounds of food daily. His films, from Fast and Furious to Jumanji, have grossed $12 billion per Box Office Mojo, blending charisma with physicality. Off-screen, he's a philanthropist, supporting veterans via the Dwayne Johnson Rock Foundation and mentoring youth. His Instagram, with 400 million followers, showcases workouts and motivational talks like blood, sweat, respect. Johnson's Polynesian heritage fuels his pride, seen in Moana and his Samoan tattoos. He once wrestled with a torn Achilles, per ESPN, proving his grit. His production company champions underdog stories, mirroring his rise from Calgary wrestling circuits to Hollywood's elite. Johnson's discipline, waking at 3:30 a.m. for Black Adam prep, sets him apart. Ever tried his 800-pound tire flips? His larger-than-life presence redefines modern strength. Steve McQueen. Transport yourself to 1947, the Arctic's frozen expanse. A young Steve McQueen, a Marine, dives into icy waters to save 5 comrades during a training disaster, earning a commendation, per Steve McQueen, Portrait of an American Rebel. Born in 1930 in Indiana, McQueen's turbulent youth, abandoned by his father, sent to reform school, built a defiance that defined him. At 5'10" and 170 pounds, his strength was lean and functional, honed through boxing and motorcycle racing. His breakout in The Great Escape, 1963, saw him leap barbed wire on a bike, a stunt he performed himself, per IMDb. Bullet, 1968, cemented his legend, its San Francisco car chase, driven by McQueen, still a benchmark for action, clocking speeds of 110 miles per hour. McQueen's toughness wasn't scripted. He raced professionally, winning the 1970 Sebring 12-hour race per Motor Trend. His training included sparring with boxers and mastering firearms, skills he used in The Magnificent Seven. His 40-film career, grossing $1 billion adjusted for inflation per Box Office Mojo, blended grit with charisma. Off-screen, he lived hard, frequenting biker bars and surviving a 1969 Manson family target list per Vanity Fair. His cancer battle, diagnosed in 1979, showed his fight. He sought experimental treatments in Mexico until his death in 1980. McQueen's counterculture spirit, rejecting studio control, living on his terms, made him a symbol of rebellion. His minimalist acting, all-piercing eyes and coiled energy, conveyed strength without words. Would you dare chase danger like McQueen? His legacy as Hollywood's king of cool endures. John Cena. Strength can be measured in numbers: 462-pound bench press, 632-pound squat, 650-pound deadlift. These are John Cena's gym stats, verified by Man of Many. Born in 1974 in West Newbury, Massachusetts, Cena's 6'1", 250-pound frame was built to escape a bullied childhood. By 19, he was lifting weights in a garage, dreaming of glory. His wrestling career began in 1999, and by 2005, he was a 16-time WWE champion, dominating with moves like the 500-pound attitude adjustment per WWE.com. His Hollywood leap, F9, 2021, Peacemaker, 2022, showed a charisma that matched his power. Cena's strength is his routine: 5-day splits, 4 a.m. workouts, and a 3-2-0-0 calorie diet of chicken and oats per Men's Health. A torn pectoral in 2007 sidelined him, but Cena returned in 4 months, defying a year-long prognosis per ESPN. His 650 Make-A-Wish grants, a Guinness record, reflect a heart as strong as his body. For the Marine, 2006, he trained with Navy SEALs, mastering tactical maneuvers. His films, grossing $2 billion per Box Office Mojo, blend action with humor. Cena's mantra, "Never give up," stems from his underdog days, sleeping in his car to chase wrestling dreams. His 200-pound weight gain from a 120-pound teen frame shows his transformation. Off-screen, he's a polyglot, speaking Mandarin to connect with Chinese fans, per Forbes. His 2018 book Elbow Grease inspires kids to persevere. Cena's not just muscle, he's a symbol of resilience. Proving strength is in persistence. Chuck Norris. Picture a quiet Oklahoma town in 1940 where a shy boy named Carlos Norris discovers his inner fire. Chuck Norris, as he'd become known, didn't start as a legend. He forged himself through discipline. His Air Force service in South Korea, per biography.com, introduced him to Tang Soo Do, earning him black belts in multiple martial arts, including judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. By the 1970s, he was a 6-time world karate champion, undefeated from 1968 to 1974, per Black Belt magazine. His 5'10", 170-pound frame could bench 225 pounds for reps and deliver kicks with 800 pounds of force, as noted in Martial Arts World. Training with Bruce Lee, Norris honed his skills. Their epic Coliseum fight in The Way of the Dragon, 1972, a masterclass in choreography, grossing $130. $1 million per Box Office Mojo. Norris's Hollywood career exploded with The Delta Force, 1986, where his real-life combat skills shone in every punch. His regimen, 6 days of sparring, weights, and 10-mile runs, kept him fight-ready. Off-screen, he founded Chun Kook Do, blending martial arts with philosophy, teaching thousands worldwide. His 60-film career, from Missing in Action to Walker, Texas Ranger, made him a cultural icon. Norris's toughness extended beyond the screen. He survived a 1960s street fight defending a dojo, per his memoir Against All Odds. His internet fame, memes like "Chuck Norris can divide by zero," reflects his larger-than-life aura. But his real legacy is resilience. At 85, he still trains daily, per Men's Health. Lee Marvin. Saipan, 1944. A 20-year-old Marine, Lee Marvin, crawls through jungle mud, a Japanese sniper's bullet piercing his spine. His Purple Heart, per theshot.com, was no prop, it was earned in blood. Born in 1924 in New York, Marvin's rebellious youth, expelled from schools, running away to enlist, shaped his gritty persona. His 6'2", 190-pound frame, honed by amateur boxing, carried a raw intensity to Hollywood. In The Dirty Dozen, 1967, he led a rogue squad with steely authority, a role echoing his wartime leadership. His training for Point Blank, 1967, involved firearms and hand-to-hand combat, mastering a .45 pistol, per American Rifleman. Marvin's 70 films, including an Oscar for Cat Ballou, 1965, grossed $1.5 billion adjusted, per Box Office Mojo. Off-screen, Marvin was a brawler, arrested for bar fights in the 1950s, per Variety. His childhood, dodging abusive stepfathers, fueled his defiance, seen in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, 1962. For The Big Red One, 1980, he drew on Saipan memories, mentoring young actors with war stories. His regimen, daily push-ups, heavy bag work, kept him fit into his 50s. Marvin's gravelly voice and scars gave his roles authenticity. He lived the violence he portrayed. His 1987 death ended a 40-year career, but his influence on tough guy archetypes endures. Hafthor Julius Bjornson. In Reykjavik's Icy Dawn, 2010, a giant prepares to lift a 104-pound barbell. Hafthor Julius Bjornson, born in 1988, set a deadlift world record, per Man of Many, embodying Viking strength. At 6'9" and 400 pounds, he became Game of Thrones' Mountain, crushing foes with chilling ease. His strongman career boasts 3 Arnold Classic wins and the 2018 World's Strongest Man title, per Muscle and Strength. Bjornson's training is Herculean. 6-hour sessions, lifting logs, tires, and 600-pound stones. His 10,000 calorie diet, 12 eggs, 2 pounds of beef, per Men's Health, fuels his mass. For Game of Thrones, he gained 50 pounds, eating every 2 hours, per GQ. His skull-crushing scene in Season 4 required no acting. His power was real. A former basketball player, Bjornson turned to strongman after ankle injuries, per ESPN. His mental fortitude, visualizing lifts under pressure, won him titles. Off-screen, he's a family man, coaching aspiring lifters in Iceland. His 2020 boxing pivot, training with heavyweights, showed his versatility. Bjornson's 20-foot log carries an 800-pound squats per bar bend, redefine human limits. His Viking heritage, celebrated in Iceland's sagas, shapes his identity. Jason Statham, a diver slices through the air, Commonwealth Games, 1990. Jason Statham, representing Britain, honed a 5'11", 180-pound frame per man of many. Born in 1967 in London, his 12-year diving career built explosive athleticism for Hollywood. In The Transporter, 2002, he kicked through doors, performing 90% of stunts per IMDb. His training for The Expendables, 2010, included Krav Maga with Navy SEALs and 400-pound deadlifts per bar bend. Statham's regimen, 6 days of calisthenics, sprints, and kickboxing, keeps him lean per Men's Fitness. His films, from Crank to the Meg, grossed $7 billion per Box Office Mojo, blending grit with dry humor. Statham's youth, selling jewelry on London streets, taught him hustle per The Guardian. For Death Race, 2008, he learned tactical driving, crashing cars at 100 miles per hour. His 20-pound muscle gain for Parker, in 2013, required 4,000 calorie diets. Off-screen, he's a martial artist, studying Wing Chun and Muay Thai. His minimalist dialogue and steely gaze define his roles, but his real strength is discipline. Statham's 50-film career thrives on authenticity. He's no stunt double. James Caan, The Bronx, 1950s. A young James Caan, dubbed Killer Caan, ducks punches in a boxing gym. Born in 1940, his Gosoku Ryu karate black belt and 250-pound bench press per Screen Rant made him a street legend. In The Godfather, 1972, his Sonny Corleone's brawl was raw, informed by shadowing real mobsters per Variety. At 5'11" and 180 pounds, Caan's compact power shone in Rollerball, 1975, where he skated and fought through dystopian arenas. His training, daily sparring, 200 push-ups, kept him agile, per Men's Health. Caan's 60-film career, from Misery to Elf, grossed $2 billion per Box Office Mojo. Caan's tough upbringing, dodging gang fights, shaped his intensity. He once broke a heckler's jaw in the 1970s, per Variety. For Thief, 1981, he learned safecracking from ex-cons, adding authenticity. His 20-year boxing stint, 30 amateur bouts, gave his roles credibility. Off-screen, he coached Little League, blending toughness with heart. His 1990s comeback after personal struggles showed resilience. Caan's fiery eyes and swagger made Sonny iconic, but his depth kept audiences hooked. Clark Gable. In 1943, a B-17 bomber roars over Nazi Germany, piloted by a man Hollywood dubbed its king. Clark Gable, born in 1901 in Ohio, risked his stardom for duty, flying 5 combat missions and earning an Air Medal per theshot.com. His 6'1", 190-pound frame, sculpted through boxing and farm labor in his youth, carried a rugged charm to the screen. In Gone with the Wind, 1939, Gable's Rhett Butler lifted Scarlett O'Hara with ease, his physicality matching his roguish grin. His training for the Misfits, 1961, involved wrestling horses and roping cattle, skills honed on ranches, per TCM. Gable's 66-film career, grossing $4 billion adjusted for inflation, per Box Office Mojo, defined Hollywood's golden age. His strength wasn't just physical. His defiance of studio control made him a trailblazer. Growing up in poverty, Gable worked in lumber mills and oil fields, building resilience. His amateur boxing in Akron gyms, per biography.com, gave him a fighter's stance, evident in San Francisco, 1936, where he brawled with Spencer Tracy. For Run Silent, Run Deep, 1958, he trained with Navy submariners, mastering technical dialogue. Off-screen, Gable hunted, fished, and sparred with stuntmen, maintaining a 250-pound bench press into his 50s per Muscle and Fitness. His wartime service, volunteering at 41 after losing his wife, Carol Lombard, showed courage that outshone his roles. Gable's heart attack in 1960 ended a legendary career, but his legacy as a masculine ideal endures. His raw charisma, blending toughness with vulnerability, inspired stars like Marlon Brando, Sylvester Stallone, A Cold Philadelphia Night, 1975. Sylvester Stallone, a struggling actor, watches Muhammad Ali battle Chuck Wepner, sparking Rocky. Born in 1946 in Hell's Kitchen, Stallone's 5'10", 185-pound frame was forged in New York's gritty streets. His 315-pound bench press and 400-pound squat, per muscle and fitness, powered his iconic roles. For Rocky, 1976, Stallone trained with pro boxers, taking real punches to sell authenticity, per IMDb. His regimen, 6 days a week, 500 sit-ups, and 10-mile runs, mirrored Rocky Balboa's grit. In Rambo, 1982, he endured hypothermia and a broken rib, per What Culture, yet pushed through. His 50-pound weight gain for Copland, 1997, showed his commitment, bulking to 230 pounds on a 4,000 calorie diet. Stallone's films, from Rocky to The Expendables, grossed $4 billion per Box Office Mojo. Stallone's childhood, marked by partial facial paralysis from birth complications, fueled his underdog spirit. He worked as a zoo lion cleaner before writing Rocky in 3 days, refusing to sell the script unless he starred, per Variety. For Rocky IV, 1985, he sparred with Dolph Lundgren, suffering a near-fatal heart injury. His comeback in Creed, 2015, earning an Oscar nod, proved his resilience at 69. Off-screen, Stallone paints and mentors young actors, per Forbes. His 40-year career redefined the action genre, inspiring millions to fight their own battles. Hugh Jackman, A Sydney Gym at Dawn, 1999. Hugh Jackman, a theater actor, deadlifts 435 pounds, transforming into Wolverine for X-Men, 2000. Born in 1968, his 6'2", 220-pound frame was built through relentless training. 365-pound squats, 1,000 push-ups weekly, per Barbend. His regimen for Logan, 2017, included MMA sparring and knife combat, mastering Wolverine's feral intensity, per Men's Health. Jackman's diet, 6,000 calories, chicken and sweet potatoes, fueled 20-pound muscle gains. His 17-year Wolverine run, across 9 films grossing $6 billion per Box Office Mojo, blended raw power with emotional depth. His Broadway background, earning a Tony for The Boy from Oz, added nuance to his ferocity, seen in Les Miserables, 2012, which earned an Oscar nod. Jackman's youth, raised by a single father in Australia, taught discipline. He ran marathons and practiced yoga, maintaining flexibility for the Wolverine's fight scenes, per GQ. For Days of Future Past, 2014, he trained 6 months, cutting to 8% body fat. Off-screen, he's a philanthropist, supporting cancer research, per Variety. His 2017 farewell to Wolverine was a tearjerker, but his stage return in The Music Man showed enduring stamina at 54. Jackman's dedication, 3-hour daily workouts, ice baths, sets a gold standard. Henry Cavill. In a London gym 2012, Henry Cavill hoists a 435-pound deadlift, sweat dripping, preparing to embody Superman and Man of Steel. Born in 1983 in Jersey, Channel Islands, Cavill's 6'1", 200-pound frame transformed through grueling sessions at Jim Jones, per Barbend. His training for The Witcher, 2019, included 6-hour workouts, swinging 20-pound swords, and squatting 365 pounds. His 5,000 calorie diet, lean beef, rice, avocado, fueled 20-pound muscle gains, per Men's Health. For Justice League, 2017, he trained with SAS veterans, mastering tactical combat, per GQ. Cavill's films, from Immortals to Enola Holmes, grossed $4 billion per Box Office Mojo. His military family background instilled discipline. His father, a stockbroker, taught him resilience. Cavill's youth, spent rugby playing, built a foundation for his physicality. For The Man from U.N.C.L.E., 2015, he learned judo and drove vintage cars at 100 miles per hour, per Variety. His Witcher role required horseback riding and choreography, training 8 months to wield Geralt's blade convincingly. Off-screen, Cavill's a gamer, building PCs and playing World of Warcraft, per PC Gamer. His 2018 mustache controversy for Mission Impossible, Fallout showed his commitment. He refused to shave mid-filming. Cavill's 40-film career blends strength with charm, his piercing gaze a hallmark. His return as Superman in 2022 thrilled fans per Deadline. Victor McLaglen, Baghdad's Desert Heat, 1917. Victor McLaglen, a British soldier, trades punches in a makeshift ring, later facing heavyweight legend Jack Johnson for 6 rounds, per TheShot.com. Born in 1886 in Kent, England, McLaglen's 6'4", 220-pound frame carried a prizefighter's power. His Oscar-winning role in The Informer, 1935, showcased a hulking presence, embodying betrayal with raw force. His 30 professional bouts across 20 years, per BoxRec, informed roles like Gunga Din, 1939, where he wrestled foes with ease. McLaglen's training, daily heavy bag work, 300-pound lifts, kept him formidable per Boxing Monthly. His 80-film career, grossing $1 billion adjusted per Box Office Mojo, made him a silent era titan. McLaglen was one of 9 siblings, and his early days were nomadic, following his father's missionary work. His Boer War service at 14 and cavalry stints in Iraq built discipline, per Biography.com. For The Quiet Man, 1952, he trained with Irish boxers, perfecting a brawler's stance. Off-screen, he was a pub regular, known for arm wrestling locals, per TCM. His 1920s vaudeville act, sparring on stage, blended showmanship with grit. McLaglen's larger-than-life persona influenced John Wayne's rugged style. His 1957 death ended a storied career, but his legacy endures in action archetypes. Lee Ermey. "Move it, maggot!" barks R. Lee Ermey, his voice slicing through Paris Island, 1965. A real Marine drill instructor, Ermey served in Vietnam, earning a Bronze Star, per TheShot.com. Born in 1944 in Kansas, his 6'0", 200-pound frame, benching 250 pounds, commanded respect per Muscle and Fitness. His unscripted rants in Full Metal Jacket, 1987, earned a Golden Globe nod per IMDb. Ermey's 100 roles, from Apocalypse Now to Toy Story, carried his intensity. For The Boys in Company C, 1978, he trained actors in Marine tactics, running 10-mile drills per Military History magazine. His 15-year service, including 2 Vietnam tours, gave his performances unmatched authenticity. His films grossed $2 billion per Box Office Mojo. Ermey's earlier years, marked by juvenile delinquency, led to a judge's ultimatum: jail or Marines. He chose the latter, finding purpose per his memoir, Gunnery Sergeant. His training, 500 push-ups daily, marksmanship, made him a drill master legend. For Say 7N, 1995, he shadowed LAPD detectives, adding gravitas. Off-screen, Ermey hosted Mail Call, teaching military history, and supported veterans' charities per VA.gov. His 2018 death silenced a booming voice, but his legacy as Hollywood's ultimate soldier endures. Can you handle Ermey's cadence? Let's meet a rebel who led armies next. Kirk Douglas, Amsterdam, New York, 1916. A boy born Isser Danielovich scavenges rags to survive poverty. Kirk Douglas's 5'11", 175-pound frame, forged in local boxing gyms, carried him to Spartacus, 1960, leading slave revolts with fiery defiance. His 300-pound bench press and wrestling background, per TheShot.com, comma-powered roles like Champion, 1949, earning an Oscar nod. Douglas's training for the Vikings, 1958, included sword fighting and rowing, mastering Viking longship scenes per TCM. His 92-film career, grossing $3 billion adjusted per Box Office Mojo, spanned 50 years. His defiance, hiring blacklisted writers during McCarthyism, mirrored his on-screen rebellion per Variety. Douglas's childhood, dodging anti-Semitism as a Jewish immigrant son, built resilience. He worked 40 jobs, from waiter to steelworker, before acting per Biography.com. For Paths of Glory, 1957, he trained with French soldiers, learning trench warfare. Off-screen, he swam daily and sparred into his 70s per Men's Health. His 1996 stroke recovery, relearning speech, showed his fighter's spirit. Douglas's philanthropy, building 400 playgrounds, reflected his heart per Forbes. His chiseled jaw and fierce eyes made him a cinematic titan, inspiring Mel Gibson and Michael Douglas. Christopher Lee. London, 1944. Christopher Lee, an RAF intelligence officer, tracks Nazis in covert operations, per theshot.com. Born in 1922, his 6'5", 200-pound frame and Olympic-level fencing skills per Fencing magazine made him Dracula, 1958, and Star Wars Count Dooku. His saber duels in The Phantom Menace, 1999, 80% self-performed, dazzled at 77, per IMDb. Lee's 250-film career, grossing $8 billion per Box Office Mojo, spanned horror to fantasy. His training for The Lord of the Rings involved archery and horseback riding, per Empire. Lee's strength was commanding. His basso voice and piercing gaze terrified audiences. Raised in aristocratic London, Lee's Watabirotu service included hunting war criminals, per MI6 archives. For The Man with the Golden Gun, 1974, he studied knife fighting, adding menace to Scaramanga. Off-screen, he climbed Alps, spoke 8 languages, and sang opera, per The Guardian. His 2015 death at 93 ended a legendary run, but his influence on genre films endures, inspiring Ian McKellen. Michael B. Jordan, a Newark Gym, 2014. Michael B. Jordan jabs a speed bag, prepping for Creed. Born in 1987, his 5'11", 185-pound frame deadlifts 400 pounds per Men's Health. For Black Panther, 2018, he mastered capoeira, adding agility to Killmonger's menace. His 4,000 calorie diet, chicken, greens, fueled 20-pound muscle gains for Creed II per GQ. Jordan's training, 5 days a week with pro boxers, built authenticity per Variety. His films, from Fruitvale Station to Wakanda Forever, grossed $3 billion per Box Office Mojo. Raised in New Jersey, Jordan's work ethic reflects his parents' hustle. For Without Remorse, 2021, he trained with Navy SEALs, learning tactical shooting. Jordan's cultural impact, championing diversity in Hollywood, earned him Time's 100 Most Influential per Time. Off-screen, he mentors youth and supports Black Lives Matter, per Forbes. His 15-pound cut for Just Mercy showed discipline. Jordan's intensity, blending physicality with emotion, redefines toughness. Tom Hardy, A London Alley, 2010. Tom Hardy grapples with MMA fighters, prepping for Warrior. Born in 1977, his 5'10", 180-pound frame, deadlifting 400 pounds per Muscle and Fitness, became Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, 2012. His training for Bjornson, 2008, added 30 pounds, eating 7,000 calories daily, per Men's Health. For Warrior, he lived with fighters, mastering jiu-jitsu, per GQ. His 60-film career, from Mad Max, Fury Road to Venom, grossed $5 billion per Box Office Mojo. Hardy's method acting, studying addicts for The Revenant, adds psychological depth. His youth, battling addiction, built resilience, per The Guardian. For Dunkirk, 2017, he trained with RAF pilots, learning Spitfire maneuvers. Off-screen, he's a dog advocate, supporting Battersea Dogs Home, per Variety. His 2015 Bane role required a 400-pound squat per bar bend. Hardy's chameleon-like grit, blending mind and muscle, makes him a standout. What's his toughest role? We've reached our final titan. From Arnold's iron will to Tom Hardy's raw intensity, these 20 actors redefine strength in Hollywood. Bruce Lee's lightning kicks, Dwayne Johnson's relentless hustle, and Lee Marvin's war scars shaped cinematic legends, grossing billions across iconic films. These titans prove toughness is physical, mental, and emotional, inspiring generations. Who's your favorite tough guy? Who do you think we missed, and who would make your list? Drop it in the comments, subscribe for more Hollywood deep dives, and share this with action movie fans. Hit the bell for weekly lists celebrating cinema's giants. Stay strong, and we'll see you next time.